Hi, everyone, and welcome into another episode of Joshin' Around Milwaukee. My name is Josh Albrecht, and with me, as always, is...
Hey, it's Josh Albrecht.
That's right, Josh Albrecht and Josh Albrecht, talking about all the amazing things that we have here in our city of Milwaukee. And we're very, very grateful and honored to have on our friend today, Jen Puente, talking about the Milwaukee Lakefront Marathon. Jen, thanks so much for being here.
Absolutely. Hey, guys. So good to be with you.
So, Jen, for those that aren't aware of all the amazing things that you do around the city, give people a little bit of a history of how you got to being here working with the Milwaukee Lakefront Marathon.
Sure. I've always had a love and passion for events and live events in particular. I spent 20 years of my career at the State Fair very proudly and absolutely loved bringing people together, loved bringing people from the city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, all over the place together. And I think that passion of connectivity and real live in-person connectivity that we learned after the pandemic is obviously so important. When I made the choice to leave State Fair, I went into selling websites and ticketing for a short period of time. Not my thing. Learned that real quick. And decided I really wanted to be connected back to Milwaukee in some meaningful way. Getting involved, whether it's through sponsorships or the media side of things, but the Lakefront Marathon was just a perfect place for me to call home these days. Now being out on my own, but I'm really excited to be able to support that event 44 years strong, just like my age. Throw that out there for somebody out in the mix. So it was a really cool way to get involved and bring some meaning back to Milwaukee and help growth in a really cool way.
Yeah, well, obviously, we both know you from your time with the State Fair, as you mentioned, and know any event that you're helping with is going to be a smash hit. So,
appreciate that. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit just about what it is that makes an event like the Milwaukee Lakefront Marathon work so well in the city.
Well, what's really interesting, so we've been around for 44 years, and this event, when it first started, it's a partnership with the Badgerland Striders. They are the overseeing parent running club organization. This event actually took off from Grafton High School. I think we all kind of know how long it takes to get from our home to drive to Grafton.
Yeah.
And then you run down to the Milwaukee Lakefront. I was like, oh, man, that's a long race. 26.2 miles.
Is that really?
It was a thing. It was a thing back in the day. So,
okay.
So pre-pandemic, pre-construction, people would run from Grafton High School, trot their 26.2 miles down the lakefront, and then end right at Veterans Park. But since the pandemic, since things have flipped around a little bit, construction made us change the route. Now we really are all along the lakefront, Lincoln Memorial Drive. We go down into Cudahy on the trails. And the coolest thing about the Milwaukee Lakefront Marathon, we're the only foot event that uses the Hone Bridge. So you actually run over the Hone Bridge in our 5K, half marathon, and full marathon events.
Very, very cool. All right, we're going to get into specifics about the Milwaukee Lakefront Marathon in a little bit. First, let's just talk about marathons in general, and the fact
you're going there right away.
Yeah, I am.
Just get it out of the way.
My brain is just stuck on this Grafton. That is so. If you can do that, because there's so much that goes into it. Marathon runners, the training for this. This is not something that people just go, "Hey, I decided even a month ago I'm going to run a marathon."
You have crazy people that do that, actually, that they'll just say, you know what, I'm going to run a marathon. They might not be able to walk for a couple of days, but it is not uncommon that people will sign up and say, hey, I'm going to see what I can do, or I can do this. Yeah. Or I've ran 4 half marathons myself. I chose the 12 to 16 week training program. It really is a commitment to get out and train and dedicate the time to doing that.
That's just, and that's half. Also, how do they decide on what that number is?
There's a great historical thing behind that, Josh.
Do you know that?
Yeah, it has something to do with the Greek running from a city to a city, 2 cities. Do you know, Jen?
Was it Grafton?
No, I'm waiting for you to enlighten me now.
Sure. It was Grafton to the lakefront. No, it's the distance that, and I could be completely wrong.
It's the 0.2 miles that crushes
you every
time. It has something to do
with the distance of running and then he runs and he yells Nike and it's a whole thing.
No way.
Yes.
None of this is true. None of
Classic
this is true.
Greek thing.
Where are the fact checks?
Okay. Yeah.
We'll look it up in the break.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go. Yeah. Sounds good.
That or James Marathon decided it was going to be 26.4 miles.
Yeah, that sounds more like what I would think it would be. But the reason why I bring that up is because it is something that, for an event like this, obviously, and we're going to talk about this as we go on the show today, but tons of ways for people to participate. But if you're looking to run in the marathon,
yes,
you knew about the marathon already.
Oh, you knew about the marathon already. We do get people that travel from city to city that are either trying to qualify for the Boston Marathon or get qualifying times to get into some of the bigger marathons throughout the course of the country. So a lot of times people will be on either rotating, traveling, training programs that, a half marathon is only part of their training if they're trying to qualify for some of these bigger races, or it's the end game for a lot of people. The coolest thing I think we see for this event is we see a lot of first timers. It's my first 5K. It's my first half marathon. It's my first marathon because they want to participate and do something this meaningful in their backyard. So that's one of the really cool things about it.
Yeah, that is good. Usually, if I'm doing some type, like I've participated in 5Ks and things like that, usually there's beverages or something along the way. Yeah. It's like, oh, stop here, eat a hot dog. Those type of.
That sounds like my type of marathon.
I know those type of. I don't think necessarily that is what's happening with the events with the Milwaukee Lakefront Marathon, but you do not have to wait to find out that information. We're going to do it in this show, and we're going to do it specifically when we come back on Joshing Around Milwaukee. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to Joshing Around Milwaukee. We are having a great time talking with our friend Jen Puente about the Milwaukee Lakefront Marathon. And we looked it up during the break.
We did. We had to. I had to.
You had to.
I said I would. I had to follow through.
Yes. And you were right. Josh, tell us what you found.
Yeah, so definitely it was ancient Greece, legendary story of a Greek soldier running from the city of
Marathon.
Oh.
Yeah.
So his name wasn't John Marathon.
Not John Marathon or Jacob. From the city of Marathon to Athens. The original run was about 25 miles. It was to celebrate the victory of a battle at that time. It changes or brings back into modern society during the Olympics in 1896. But it wasn't until the 1908 London Olympics that we get the current distance, which is, Jen?
26.2 miles.
And this is because of the British royal family wanting to move the finish line so they could watch the finish of the race that year.
So now the extra 1.2 miles that these people are going to run in the Milwaukee Lakefront Marathon is because forever ago, the royal family wanted a better view.
You can blame the royals, blame the king.
Look at that.
The king. Yeah.
See? Educational here on Joshua Around Milwaukee.
Yeah.
All right.
If we were,
what don't they have their fingers in?
So if this in Milwaukee,
yeah,
if there was a royal conclusion,
yeah,
where should it be, Jen?
On the Hone Bridge. I mean, your last mile and a half, if you were running that marathon, you were going over the Hone Bridge. There's nothing more royal in the city than the Hone Bridge.
It's not bad. I like that.
In my opinion, I love it.
I like that. So the Milwaukee Lakefront Marathon itself, obviously there is the marathon, but there's other races and things that go along with it. So if you're listening to this right now and you're going, yeah, I'm not doing 26.2 miles. I wouldn't even do 25 miles. Talk to us about all the different things that people can partake in.
Absolutely. So like I had mentioned, we have a lot of our firsts that come to this event. If you would like a chance to walk up to the top of the Hone Bridge and get some photos, get some views, because rarely do we not see that view when we're not going 70 miles an hour in our car.
Right.
Do the 5K. The 5K is on Saturday, October 3rd. We kick off at 10:30 a.m. at Urban Park, right outside of Discovery World. And it is a great way. You essentially walk around to the top of the Hone Bridge, take a look around, and run right back down. We have a little after party for you afterwards. And it's great. It's a great way. Again, come walk, come run. Just come participate. Again, how often do you get that opportunity to see the views of the city in that way? And especially in early October, it is absolutely stunning.
Do you have people who will run that 5K that then will also run the full marathon the next day?
We absolutely do. They kind of consider it a little bit of a shakeout. So we have an Own the Hone challenge.
Oh, it's a stretch.
Yeah.
They're just stretching it out in the 5K.
Yeah,
put me in the hospital. They're just stretching. Got it.
You could participate in both of those events. So whether it's the half marathon or full marathon on the next day and be part of the Own the Hone challenge, you get an extra medal. So if you love medals, you can get 3 of them by doing
nice.
2 races, huh? How about that?
So what is this with Own the Hone? What is that specifically?
So that is really what we've named our challenge if you want to do more than one distance over the course of the weekend. So that is the reason why we did actually break up the 5K and the marathon and half marathon. You traditionally see a more casual or more transient runner that just wake up that day and decide that they're going to run a 5K. That's a little more common than a marathon. So it was important for us to put those in two different spots. There's two different starting lines with the half marathon and full marathon. We start right at the Barrett Center and then end back down at Urban Park. But if you're looking for that one-stop shop, that 5K is a really great option for you.
And I'm assuming the 5K is also more like if you're not a runner, but you wanted, like you said, to see the views or be able to do something. Are there any restrictions on, like, if I wanted to do it with my kiddo?
Absolutely. Well, we welcome them in. We've had dogs do the marathon or the 5K as well. We certainly welcome you to do this as a family event. We see a lot on Sunday when people are doing their My First that, mom or dad ran the half marathon and you get family all around. They're not participating in the same way as they maybe are in that 5K. So you can take in that Milwaukee experience with your whole family. We highly encourage that.
Very cool. And then on October 4th, the next day, is the full and half marathons.
Correct.
I don't know if you tell us, Jen. Never participated in a marathon before. So the half and the full, is this like the one track, they start at the same time, but you just don't run it? Or are they two separate events?
Well, we combine the start. The first about 10 miles are together. And then basically where you have the turnaround is at the base of the Hone Bridge for the half marathon. So you get to the bottom of the Hone Bridge, do a little loop around there, go back up and around, and you finish. For the marathoners, we do go into Cudahy, and we explore some more of our southern Milwaukee cities and right along those lakefront views, South Shore Park, all those kind of things. But we really do try to keep that as scenic as possible and as welcoming as possible. And we also encourage people that if you are on the route, come on out and cheer people on. Throw your radio on. Like, I don't know, have a grill. We have an excuse in Wisconsin, especially Milwaukee, to tailgate for anything.
Very true.
Why wouldn't you have a tailgate party for the Lakefront Marathon? When you're looking for the hot dog, maybe somebody on the course can serve you one up.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely paying attention to that. So but you have to decide, like, before. It's not like, do you ever have anyone that says, like, I'm gonna do the half marathon, but then they're like really feeling it and they just like keep going?
It's a lot more common that we'll have marathoners, what we call drop down to the half marathon event.
Okay.
And we can track that through our timing systems and stuff like that if they've registered for one and they decide to make a turnaround, or if someone's just not feeling great that day, you'll see them go the shorter distance. And we help them at registration if they are changing their events and things like that. So we really try to make it as accommodating and as positively experienced as possible.
Yeah, Josh and I would be like at the quarter marathon mark and be like,
well, you guys can come cheer them on.
This is probably
there is a time limit, Josh. So if you did do it, they would actually be like, you've gone long enough.
Oh, is that true?
There is a time. There is a course limit.
There's
I'm doing the math in my head.
Have to reopen the whole bridge.
It's called the Josh Hour, and
there is a part
you
where
guys start at 6 a.m.
We have to open the bridge. There's traffic waiting.
It's been a while.
That's a real thing. That's a real thing. We try not to disrupt people.
It is 11:30
every day.
Sir. Like, we need to.
On Tuesday, it's 11:30 at night, and it's Tuesday. Everybody's been done for 48 hours.
Oh my gosh.
I will still deliver you a medal. I'll wait for you. I will be there proudly clapping you on.
I need another hot dog.
I have.
I can do it.
I told myself I'd get that medal. That's.
But you are correct. There is a course limit, which is not uncommon for marathon events. But because we want to be as kind to our neighbors throughout the city as we possibly can.
So you said for the 44th year.
Correct.
Has there been any major changes in those 44 years to the event?
Absolutely. The biggest change was changing the start line from Grafton High School to the Baird Center most recently. So that has been the biggest change of the course. We've always been supported and led by the Badgerland Striders. That has been a big piece of us, a great running club here in Milwaukee. But the biggest thing is kind of that starting experience, how that course looked, and then now certainly our finish line and after party that we've got always evolves as our city evolves.
Yes, I think that incorporating the Hone Bridge specifically is very cool.
It's sweet. It's so cool.
Having that be a part of it, and to your point of giving people just the opportunity to be able to say that you ran on the Hone Bridge.
Absolutely. So there's, as you guys have known and noticed throughout the city and throughout the summer or spring, there's a lot of marathons and marathon events that happen that are organized by a number of different groups. We are truly a nonprofit that all of the money stays in Milwaukee to support running initiatives. So, whether it's a Girls on the Run program or something like that, we keep our money in Milwaukee, unlike a lot of other events that you do see coming. So when you run the Milwaukee Lakefront Marathon, you are supporting your city and what is happening in your backyard, not just during that race day, but 365 all throughout the course of the year.
Yeah, that's awesome. Obviously, we love to see that. All right, so that covers what the Milwaukee Lakefront Marathon is and what people can expect. Now, how do I participate or learn more information about participating in some way, shape, or form? We will give you that information when we come back on Josh and Around Milwaukee. Stay tuned. All right, everyone, welcome back to Josh and Around Milwaukee. We're having an awesome time with our friend Jen Puente talking about the Milwaukee Lakefront Marathon. We've gone through on October 3rd. You're going to have the 5K run walk that you can do. You can, if you're not a full marathoner, you're going to have a lot of fun there. And then the full and half marathons happening the next day on October 4th. But Jen, now if people want to participate, learn more information, how do they do that?
They can do that at MilwaukeeLakefrontMarathon.org. Go on in and get yourself set up for registration. And I have a little surprise for the two of you.
Ooh.
Because you've agreed to both participate in one of the set events.
Yeah, the hot dog eating.
Feel the pressure there.
Yeah, the pre-event.
Yeah, the carbo loading event.
Carbo loading.
Yes.
I'm going to hook all of the listeners and watchers up with a 10% off discount code.
All right.
Very nice.
Joshin 26, JOSHIN 26, which will get you 10% off any new registration.
Let's go.
Through July 12th. So, a little incentive to sign up, and we all love a good deal. We all love some discounts. So want to make sure that we can hook you guys up with that, hook all the listeners up for that, in appreciation for your support. So if you needed an excuse, now you have a great one to save a little bit of money and come join us.
All right, one more time. The code is
Joshin26.
And the website?
MilwaukeeLakefrontMarathon.org, and you can go in and register right there.
And does that discount work for all the races?
It does work for all of the race events. If you've already pre-registered, you probably already gotten yourself a good deal. So this is good on any new registration. So if you've been wondering, been thinking about it, we've inspired you today with hot dogs and carbo loads and Greek mythology. Come on in and join us. We'd love to have you.
There's still plenty of time to train.
Plenty of time to train. Actually, timing is perfect. If you want to get out there and train, or if you said, I've always wanted to, now's the time. If you're worried about it, sign up for the 5K. Catch the views, if nothing else. We would love to have you.
It, see the atmosphere, and then get ready for the 45th.
That's right. Experience Milwaukee, and then, find yourself ready to go as we crescendo into 45.
So the last thing I wanted to ask you about this, if for some reason you're like, okay, you know what, like I'm not going to specifically participate, but you did say like I want to cheer people on.
Yeah.
I want to go just kind of check this out. Maybe you want to bring the family to just see exactly what it is. Do you have any places specifically around the path that would be better places that you think to get good views or be like kind of that good spot? Because you also don't want to necessarily be there cheering people on if it's like they're like super locked in or a different place. Is there a certain area people should go to be a cheering section?
Yeah, absolutely. MilwaukeeLakefrontMarathon.org will have the course map, but if you wanted to catch that electric vibe right in the beginning, Wisconsin Avenue, 7 a.m. on that marathon day is a great place to be, especially if you've got young kids, you need something to do and get out of the house. You're always looking for something. That's a great spot. And then honestly, South Shore Park is great. Or if you want to be there at the end, at the finish line at Urban Park, right outside of Discovery World, and make that a great part of your day. All of those runners appreciate the participation. And again, we welcome people not just from Milwaukee. We've got people coming from Chicago, Minneapolis, all around. Let's show them how great our city is by welcoming them and cheering them on. Certainly, you can get involved and volunteer, or if you're a performing act and want to be along the route, we've got lots of opportunities for you. Certainly, sponsors, you name it, the sky's the limit. We want to get as many people involved as we can.
I love it. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jen, for being here. We know that everything will go well, who knows? When we're done carbo loading, we'll see how much
training you really want to do.
How much energy we have.
Yeah. we have a few more weeks of carbo loading to the pre-training to take care of. No, we know it's going to be a success, and we appreciate you joining us today.
Absolutely. Thank you. And we hope to see you out.
All right. And thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Josh and Around Milwaukee. As always, if you're looking for more information on Josh and Around, you can go to visitmilwaukee.org. All right, everyone. Thanks again so much for joining us for this episode of Joshing Around Milwaukee. If you're seeing or hearing this part of the show, it's because you're doing so on one of Visit Milwaukee's social media platforms, and we really do appreciate it. Jen, thank you so much for joining us. We've had a ton of fun on the show. This is the part of the show where Josh asks his big question. Josh, take it away.
That's right. Jen, there's so much good energy in the city right now. A lot of cool things happening all across the area. And we like to call this fresh city vibes. So the tough question is, what's giving you fresh city vibes right now?
Do I have to pick one thing?
That's why it's
At
a
least
tough question.
This is brutal. Recently I've become a self-proclaimed old lady plant lady.
Yeah.
And gotta love the West Dallas Farmers Market as I fill my car, on a Tuesday or Thursday with plants, and then come back on Saturday and pretend like I've never been there before. So that is I'm loving that these days. And truthfully, any park that has a beer garden attached to it, with a 4-year-old, also gives me some good fresh city
You have a
vibes.
favorite beer garden?
Yes, all of them.
All.
They're all.
All of the above.
Yeah.
All of the above. We do not like to get brand specific, but anything that's got a good hazy IPA, I am coming your way.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I've been to the West Dallas Farmers Market a bunch as well, and I got on Mother's Day some hanging baskets, some hanging plants.
good move.
From so many to choose from. It was crazy the amount of options at the West Dallas Farmers Market.
Can I give you a little pro tip again from the old plant
Yeah.
lady?
Yeah.
When your hanging baskets are dry, take the top of your garbage can, fill it with water, and let them soak in there.
Okay.
Again, my mom taught me this
Didn't
because
know
she's
that,
totally the plant lady.
But that's good to know because I've been watering the one,
because all the water drains out.
Right.
It all drips out. So
and then it sits
flip
in the
your garbage
sun.
can up. Yep.
And then
You're welcome.
pro tips.
Now
Wow,
your
we've learned
Mother's
a
Day
lot
gift
on
for
today's
That's
show.
a good one.
Everything from Greek
I
mythology
know.
to
You're gonna be wowing people when you get home tonight.
who would have thought that Joshing Around, a historical podcast, really quite something.
with a plant lady.
With plants. Now with plants. Jen, thanks so much for joining us. And we know that the Milwaukee Lakefront Marathon is going to be absolutely amazing. And we look forward to having you on again very soon.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. Don't forget to sign up and get that discount code.
All right. Joshin26.
That's right. Through
There it
July
is.
12th. Save 10%.
Love it. Thanks again so much for joining us on this episode. As I mentioned before, for more information on Joshing Around Milwaukee, you can go to visitmilwaukee.org. We'll see you next time.
Two Joshes are better than one.